start off with this question, we are told that the lines AC and BD intersect at E. So based on that information, we know for a fact that both of these angles here at E are going to be equal. Now, what we're trying to do is prove that these two triangles are congruent. So a quick refresher, to prove that two triangles are congruent, there's a few different methods. One is to show that all three sides are congruent or equal in length. So that's side, side, side. There's also side, angle, side. So two sides and the angle between them are congruent. There's also angle, side, angle. And finally, angle, angle, side. So that's like our goal here is we're going to try to hope to prove that one of these is proven. Figuring out which one of these four helps us with that. So let's take a look at the first one. We're being told here that AB and CD are parallel. So what I'm going to do is move inside here and let's see what happens. So again, we know that these are the same and we're being told that the lines AB and CD are parallel. Now if that's the case, because of that you see this Z pattern here, that means that, I'll use a different color here, this angle and this angle must be equal. And because of that, we can also conclude that the last angle in the triangles, this guy here and this guy here, must also be equal because of course the three angles in the triangle must add up to 180. So what we have in this situation is an example of angle, 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 which is not one of the proofs we were hoping for. So that one's not going to work out. Option 2 states that AB is congruent or the same length as CD and BE is congruent to DE. So let's go ahead and zoom in here on this next chart and work this out. So again, these two angles are the same. And we've been told that AB is the same length as CD and BE is the same length as DE. So taking a look at the pattern here, this is an example of side, side, angle. So that is not helping us to prove congruency. Okay, now let's try our third option. It says that E is the midpoint of AC. So let's go ahead and move in here. We'll label our two same angles here again. And so because we're told that E is the midpoint of the line AC, that proves that this distance from A to E is the same length as E to C, because E is this midpoint. And that's all the information we're given. So this is actually just an angle or an example of side angle, or SA. So that's definitely not enough to prove congruency. So that leaves us with our fourth and final option, that BD and AC bisect each other. For that one, let's zoom in up here. Now, if we're being told that BD and AC bisect each other, that means they're splitting each other in half, which means the line BE is the same distance as ED, and A to E is the same distance as EC. This one here is an example of side, angle, side. And that is exactly what we were hoping for. Side, angle, side proves congruency of two triangles. So that is our solution. All right, that's all for this video, and thanks for visiting JD's Preparation.